Hello everyone. Hope you can hear me well. Just let me know if there's any audio problem or if you can hear me good. Well, anyway, so welcome to this webinar. We won't present any new feature in this webinar. We will just go through some of the main features of the tool because we realize that a lot of people out there don't probably know how openMAINT works, and we'll try to explain it in this webinar here. So as you all know, if you already followed our webinars, what we would like to ask you is to write all the questions in the chat box that you see on the left side of the screen. So meanwhile that I speak, you can just feel free just to write all the questions, and then I will get to them at the end of the webinar, giving you all the answers or linking you to our web page where you will find all the answers about your questions. So I will, now that you all see who is speaking, I will turn off the camera and put on some slides I created for you, and then we will jump straight to the tool. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so what's openMAINT? We get this question very often for the people that require the access, ask for the access to the online demo. Well, openMAINT is a web application which lets you manage the buildings, installations, and movable assets and all the maintaining activities. So for the maintenance of all those elements, buildings, installation, assets, openMAINT is the solution. openMAINT is open source, which means it has an AGPL license, and this means that you don't have to pay anything for using it. It's free to use. It's absolutely free to download from SourceForge, for example. You can easily find it, or from our website. You can just download it, install it, set it up and running, and you're free to go and use it. So there's no such things as license, commercial licenses, nothing like that. Just it's free to use it, and then since it's an open source project, and that's thanks to this that we have been able to spread our tool throughout the planet, and we have users from basically everywhere, from the United States to South America, to Australia, Europe, of course, Italy, of course. That's where we are from. So we really believe in the open source philosophy, and we will probably never change this. So our tool again is open source. openMAINT uses CMD build engine. CMD build is the tool we started with around 15 years ago, well, 10 to 15 years ago, and openMAINT is just a customization of CMD build. Just think about CMD build as an empty blackboard where nothing is written on it. We just give you the chalk to write on it, and then you create it and shape it according to your needs and according to your company needs. And then can you speak louder? Yeah, I will try to speak louder, but I'm not sure if, I think the volume of the mic is the maximum. Just okay, I just checked that, and just please let me know if it's better. Just a few seconds, please. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, sorry about that. I was just saying that openMAINT uses CMD build engine. CMD build is the tool we started with 15 years ago. It's an open source tool as well, and openMAINT is just a customization of CMD build. We already started to write on that blackboard, and we just give it to you already pre-filled with a lot of elements. We will see further on. openMAINT is developed and is maintained by us, by Tecnoteca. We're a company of around 25 to 30 employees, depending. but based in Udine, which is in the northeastern part of Italy, quite close to Venice and to Austria and Slovenia. Well, pretty nice place, to be honest. Okay, so let's go on and let's talk about what openMAINT does. openMAINT, as we will see in a few minutes, allows you to inventory and manage buildings, installation, technical assets, furniture, any technical assets with any attribute. We will see that. Furnitures and or external infrastructure. Just by using the maintenance manual that everyone can independently set up and create. openMAINT can manage in a customized way, of course, the maintenance when it is planned, so the planned maintenance and the maintenance when an issue occurs. So if something breaks down, then openMAINT can manage the whole maintenance process, activating the working team and then bringing it, telling him that the working team where the issue is and fix it and then bill it and then all the steps that are involved into this maintenance or the planned maintenance. So if every 6 months, 2 days, 5 hours, whatever an asset needs to be checked, then openMAINT can manage this as well. And of course, all this workflow, so this step-by-step procedure can be customized in any possible imaginable way. openMAINT also supports the management of registries, budgets, and purchases. It has an economical aspect, which is very interesting to see. We will probably, I'm not sure if we will have time today, but it will be definitely something we will talk about in the next webinar. So it could be, it can manage the provisional, operative, financial, and control analysis. And of course, it can interact with any enterprise resource planning tool, the ERP systems, such as, for example, well, all the most common SAP, for example, the most common ERP systems. We do have a lot of customers who asked us to create a connector between these ERP systems and openMAINT and let them two tools talk between each other. Also, openMAINT allows to register and analyze certifications and data that is declared or collected, of course, for the energy and environmental control. This is very, very useful for any certification that any company must keep track of and must update every year. All the data can be read by openMAINT, managed, statistical information can be taken out from openMAINT through report, through dashboards. We will see that. openMAINT also supports the georeference of any asset through geographic maps to 2D vector plans and 3D models imported by BIM, the Building Information Modeling tools. This is something we are going to see in a few minutes. openMAINT is used by a lot of customers out there. Well, we just collected a few of them, but mostly public administrations. Well, anyone that needs to manage a lot of infrastructures. So different buildings with a lot of rooms, with a lot of assets in it, and all these rooms, assets, everything that need to be maintained. Well, then openMAINT is the perfect tool. It is also, when it comes to really specific customization or specific elements or specific assets that cannot necessarily be managed by standard tools, well, then openMAINT is the solution. So these are just a few sectors of companies that we work with. So it could be religious institutions. We do have a few customers church they use openMAINT to manage their church assets, or public administrations, of course, industrial companies. That's one of the biggest sector we work with. Transport, also banks and insurance, hospital. Well, we do have many. I would like you to check out our reviews in all newsletters that we send out every 2 months, and also in our website you can find plenty of feedbacks from our users. So in this webinar, what we will do is that we will show you the main OpenMAIN features. Then I will go and we'll talk about some case studies we have, which maybe could give you a clear overview of what OpenMAIN does on field, and then we'll explain you how you can use OpenMAIN and get support, technical support from us, and then of course, as promised, we will answer all your questions via chat. Okay, so now I will open openMAINT. Okay, so now when I log into openMAINT, this is what I land on. This is the management module, what we call the management module. Basically, openMAINT has two modules, the management module and the administration module. The administration module, as the name says, is just for administrator, and that's where you configure all the elements that appear in this module here, in this interface here. This is what you will, you or your users will have access to. Mostly the technical users or the help desk users will have access to and visualize. Now I logged in as a super user, which means I have all the powers and I'm free to create, edit, read, everything. Of course, there's a very powerful feature that lets you configure and set for every group of people, of every group of users, really specific roles, grants, and so they can change, modify, edit, view, see or not see basically all the elements that you see in this interface here. If you don't want them to see part of this screen, then you're absolutely free to set that in just a super easy procedure. That's just super easy procedure. It's just like a four steps to do, and then it's extremely easy and specific to do. Okay, so we will go. These are the five classes, the five elements we just talked about. So the space and asset inventory, the facility maintenance, logistics management, economic management, and energy and environment. These are the five classes that we talked about, and the five columns on which OpenMAIN stands on. So going on clicking on the space and asset inventory, this is what the inventory, the database structure that you find when you download the tool, and you can start using it straight away. Of course, we don't think that this can be standard for all the companies in the world. So we wanted to create an extremely easy way of modifying this database structure without having to ask for technical support, but everyone can just do it easily, as we will see in a few minutes. We gathered some all the classes. This for us is a class, and we gather all the classes into these folders: locations, assets, plants, greenery, outdoor elements, and then reports and dashboard. Locations, so we got these classes here, which is the complex, so several buildings, floors, which are several floors in one building, several rooms in one floor, and units is a subset of rooms. So of course this is a class, and it makes sense to create a class for each that contains all the elements that need maintenance. It doesn't really make sense to insert into this inventory all those elements that won't go under maintenance. So, for instance, I don't know, consumable things that don't necessarily have a maintenance program behind. Well, then it doesn't make sense to have such a deep granularity of the hierarchy of the database structure. So this is the locations. So if I need to perform management on one building or floor or room or unit, then this is why we put such classes. This is then the asset. This is we just have 3 folders here with the most important one is the device one, where you got all your devices. Of course, again, these don't include all the possible device that one may have, but we can, it's an extremely easy way we can create new ones. As you see, the folder for the electrical device contains some classes. HVAC device is the same thing. Conveyor device. Okay, this is a class again. So the class of the elevator. So the class of the lift, for example, of the lifts of the company, and the cards, what we call cards, is the lift itself. So I don't have any here, but for example, I can create one. I'm in the class lift, and I create a card lift. So the lift itself. This lift I'm creating has a code whatever, 1, 2, 3, description. This is the lift of building whatever, main building, I don't know. Main building, the description, okay. Availability, I'm not, it's own, I'm not, it's mine, it is used, it has a serial number. I can choose from a drop-down menu the manufacturer. Now in this one, in this demo version, we only put these 4, which of course are not manufacturers of lifts, but more for PCs or ITs. Of course, we only manufacture the drop-down list can be customized and created. Then the status, the user that is creating this card here, the supplier, and the model. If I can, again here, these are just the ones for the IT assets because the lift class is just, I just created, so there's nothing in it right now. Then again, I can select in which complex building, floor, room, unit this lift is, and then I can select the maintenance data, the administrative data, purchase price, purchase request, invoice number. Of course, if I don't want the let's say the help desk that receive the call that the lift is broken, someone is stuck in the lift, and then the help desk receive the call, and we don't want the help desk to actually see the purchase price, for example, of our lift, then we will just then the help desk won't see, for example, the administrative data, or we just only see part of these values here. Then the warranty code, installation data, and technical data. Okay, this is just a class I created right before this webinar, so of course the temperature doesn't really make sense. Just create it for you. Let's, for example, if you go on the lightning, you got all this here. This is just a demo data again, but here you got all the lights you have, and then you can, of course, you can filter them by code, by description, by serial number, and of course here up here you can in an extremely easy way, as we are going to see in a minute, you can see what to display and what not. So I will now show you how easy it is to create a new class. Well, here you got a security device class, plumbing, sanitation, the IT devices. So again, here probably this one here is the one that has the most data in it, and then the printer, scanner, and other. Of course, this is just a demo data. You're seeing the one that you download from the web has a more has a slightly different data in it, but all the classes and the categories and the folders there are all there, and you will find them. Then of course you got all the plans. If you need to perform, for example, maintenance on the electrical plant or the whole HVAC plant, conveyor, or safety, telecommunication. Same thing with the greenery. If you need to water the flowers, then you will every 2 weeks, whatever, or every month, then you can set that. You can also set the total area of your gardens, and that's, for example, extremely useful in order to when you need to have a contract with the gardeners, then you already know which how big your surface is, and you can set that in the contract. And then outdoor elements, if you got any parking lot or road network that need to undergo maintenance. And then you got here, we just for demo data, we just put 2 reports, which is the room list. This is a PDF file that you can download or print or whatever, and it just collects all the rooms for each floor, each building, in a PDF file. Of course, these can be strongly customized. You can put your logos. You can put any colors, anything you want. A report could be also an invoice that you send out. So really easy to customize this. This happens with an external tool, which is iReport, open source, of course, so still free to use, which openMAIN relies on. And then for another report, we just put here to show you is the Windows details. You got all the surface for every window here, so the width and the height, and of course the total area of the windows. This, for example, if you need to set a contract with the cleaning company for your windows, you got your area here. And if let's say a window is replaced by wall, for example, then the window element will disappear from the database, and then of course from the report here, and then the total area, of course, will be deducted. Okay, so let's say, for example, I need to create a new class, and I need to create, for example, I got in my company a conveyor belt, for example. I cannot find it here, and I got several. Actually, I got 4 or 5, whatever conveyor belts. I need to create a class. Need the class because we said that the class contains the cards, and each card corresponds to one element, one asset. Okay, then I will click on the administration module, and I will end up in this administration page here. Of course, only if I have the rights to do so. Otherwise, I will only see this here, this module here. Okay, so it's extremely easy. Class list. I'm here. I'm in the class list, which follows the same structure as the one in the other module we just saw. So inventory item. I go on asset. I got device, and then conveyor device. Okay, so right, exactly the same here. Conveyor device. Okay, assets device. Conveyor device, all. Okay, I could, if it's just generic, I could use the all class. But in my case, I want to have a specific class for my conveyor belt, because it has some, let's say for all, for example, see here you got some attributes. For example, the technical data, the temperature, which doesn't really make sense to me, or the I don't know, the color or whatever, the power consumption doesn't make sense in my case. I want to create my class with different attributes in it. So extremely easy. Add class, name, conveyor belt, conveyor. Watch out, no spaces here. When you write the name, there must be no spaces. Just use the underline. So this is just standard or simple. The only difference here is that standard will keep all the historic, all the changes that you perform to this class. They will be kept into all to the cards that belong to this class of the conveyor belts. They will be kept, and you will have them always available. If you set it on simple, the chronological, historical information will be lost, but it will be extremely more fast. This only we always suggest to choose standard, as it's very fast and very easy to handle for your server. But if you really need to have like millions of information in it, then for every millions of or thousands and thousands, millions maybe it's just too much, but if thousands and thousands and like 200,000, 300,000 of elements in each of your class, then probably simple, and you lose the historical information, but it will be very smooth. Inherits from the inventory item. Superclass, it won't have any superclass, so I won't click on it. Active, and there you go. Save. I just saved it. Conveyor belt. Okay, now I want to say which attributes every card of this class here will have. So modify class attributes. Okay, these one are the ones that are already included. Let's say I want a new one, which is, for example, I'm not sure how many boxes this conveyor belt can, or the speed. There you go, the speed of the conveyor belt. So speed. This will be just a general data. It's not about position or maintenance data. I want it to have a display list. Display list is this one here. Here, I will see it here if I click on display list. I do want to see it because to me it's very important, and I want to immediately sort all these elements according to the speed of my conveyor belt. It can be unique, it can be mandatory when you create a new class, a new card, you want the user to specify which speed it has. Or not, if it's not necessary. Okay, let's see. It's not mandatory. It can be editable or read-only or hidden. Let's say it's editable, and then type. You choose if you want a decimal value or integer or string, whatever. Let's say it's a string of maximum, whatever, 30 characters. So. Very easy. Save. There you go. So I got here. These are all the attributes of my conveyor belt and the speed as well. Now, the last thing I need to do is I need to put it into the menu. Space and asset inventory again. Asset device, conveyor device, and here maybe I didn't save it. I'm very sorry. Conveyor belt. Where is it? Okay, I got it here. Properties. Okay, I got it here. So conveyor belt, and then I will menu space and asset inventory class conveyor belts right here. Asset. So. Where is it? Device, conveyor device. Here we go. So the conveyor belt, I take it from here, I bring it here, there you go. Now I save. I'm going back now to the super user. So the management module, I need to refresh, of course, and then I'm logging in back to the interface here, and now I will find it, asset device, conveyor device, and I got my conveyor belt class. So if I explained it while I was doing, so that's why it took me 5 minutes. Otherwise it would take us, I don't know, 30 seconds probably to do so. And here you see the speed. I click on display list, and here you got the speed. So if I want to add the card of my conveyor belt code, this is the 1, 2, 3 description. This is the conveyor belt, whatever, for floor 2, 5, whatever, availability. And you got a speed here. Speed, see, has a 30 characters long field, and I need to write whatever, kilometers per hour or whatever you want. Okay, so this is how you create a class and the cards inside a class. So it's easy. It's very easy to customize your database structure according to your particular need. One other thing I would like to talk about is for example, is the facility maintenance. You got a maintenance manual category where you got all the maintenance group, where all the elements that need to go under the same group of maintenance are contained, and this is what the workflow of the maintenance rely on. So the workflow will read this information here, and will know where who to send the remind of the management need to, and what are the activities that need to be performed, and which asset, of course, needs to undergo to a maintenance activity, and where this asset is, and everything is included into this maintenance group and in the maintenance manual. Of course, again, these can be all set from the here from the administration module. Okay, very good. One other thing I wanted to show you is the beam feature. Okay, so I will just go locations, building, and for example, I say, yeah, the office building O2. This is okay. This is one of the feature we are most proud of, I would say, yeah, because it's with the if you got any IFC file, you could just import it into openMAINT, and then you can find it in here, and just clicking on the house icon here, you can view it, and then for example, if you want to expose this floor here, you can just do it by clicking here and then rotate it, and then zooming in with the scroll, and you see all the elements that you have here, and then you want to count this one here from from this side, and then there you go, you see all the benches and the desks and everything. Of course, it can be rotate, panned as you wish. It's extremely, I think it's extremely important feature, and could also be used. We have some customers who do they use this to keep all their IFC files, which of course are created with any BIM tool, and then they are just they keep them inside the tool that we use that is connected to openMAINT, and they just use it as a repository for their IFC file. So extremely important feature, I think. Okay, so this was about the database structure and how to create a class, how to create a card. We could talk a lot more, but I think that for just giving you a very, very general overview, this could be enough. Now going back to the slides, we'll just see some of the case studies that happened during these past years. One, it was because we got contact by a company who has a very uncommon assets that they needed to do maintenance, and they couldn't find in the market out there, in the open source or commercial tools market, any tool that would let them manage these specific turbines they had, and they really need to have specific cards customized according to their values, and to perform maintenance on a specific value of those. So they chose openMAINT because of, thanks to, of course, to its flexibility and the ability to be to easily customize and change the database structure according to what they needed to do. Another case study we had, it was for this company who needed to manage a custom supplier contract of maintenance. Basically, they have this procedure where they have a list of all activities that can be performed by the workers, the maintenance team, and the price for each activity. So as soon as a problem happened, the activity receives the working team receives the notification for it, on their mobile app, because openMAINT is also available on mobile app. So the workers receive the notification, they know where to go and they know what to do, and they just have to then at the end of the work, they just click on which activities they performed, and then automatically the tool creates a pre-billing that is sent out to the manager, which just needs to approve it or don't approve it, of course, and without being sure that all the activities have been performed according to the contract they established with the working team. This is again done thanks to the customization of openMAINT. Another common case we have is when it comes to read data from other device and communicate them to an external tool. This tool could be openMAINT. We can create connectors to most of the tools out there. As long as they have a web service interface, then it's almost 100% sure that we can create a connector with it. For example, this company here had these printers, and they needed to perform maintenance on them every now I'm not sure if it was 30,000 prints or 6 months or something like that, maybe more than this, so whichever comes first, so it's either the time or the number of prints, and the printers would communicate with openMAINT, and as soon as each asset reached 6 months or the number of prints, then openMAINT would automatically create notification for the inspection team that to go there and check if the printer would still work fine. So this could be, of course, applied to any. This is just a case of the printer, but it could be any other asset. One other common case we have, and this company, this is a university campus. Basically, what they did before openMAINT was that they went to each. They had to write down by hand the consumption for each room and each building, and then from that bring into an Excel spreadsheet, which of course can create a lot of errors and is not very smart, I would say, in terms of time management. Much easier. It really changed their life to have the reader, the device that communicates, the device that reads the electric consumption that communicates with openMAINT, and then openMAINT associates to each associate these reading to this value to each asset, and then can create statistics or data analysis, and then also they use it to when it comes to have a new contract for the electricity provider, then they have each data, all the data that is specific for each room. Another case study is very openMAINT, again, for example, for triggering alarms. If the alarm system can communicate, is put into communication with openMAINT, then openMAINT manages all the triggering of the alarms, can send an SMS, for example, or an email to the responsible only if certain alarms are triggered by some elements. So we have a lot of customers who actually use it for this, and then also, as I said in the beginning of this webinar, with the communication with the SAP. For example, we do have some users who use it for and we created for them a connector with the SAP, for example. Yeah. So in your organization, openMAINT, I'm just going now a bit fast because I really do want to give you. I'm seeing that you guys are asking a lot of questions, so I want to have time to answer them all. So we're just going fast. Again, openMAINT is an open source application. Well, again, you can download it, use it by yourself for free. It is free. Everything you just saw is free to use. But if you need all the OpenMAINT full functionalities and professional support, then the subscription with us is the solution. The annual subscription that you sign with us gives you the certified appliance, so you get the download link for getting the OpenMAINT with all the elements already contained in it, with all the external tools. For example, as we talked about, iReport, that are need to work with OpenMAINT. You will find a package where everything is included, already configured, and you're ready to go. Just install it, and then you're ready to go. You also get the mobile app, which is, by the way, the only non-open source part of the OpenMAINT project. The OpenMAINT, so you get the code for the mobile app. You will get from the next version also the self-service portal, which is a third interface. You can have access to the management module too, and this is extremely more user-friendly. And this happens when you want non-technical users to have access to it. For example, just if they need to read some part of the database and not perform any changes in it, we got for example, there's a big university in Italy that is using this, and they include it into its website this self-service portal where the students can book the exams, and it's all managed by our tool. Then, of course, one very important feature is the bug fix. We guarantee that we will fix any bug within a current specific given time. And then the help desk, so you can just ring us or email us, whatever, to get some technical support for any questions on standard configuration. So, for example, on any question you have about how to create a new class or a new element, or how to change the structure of the database, you can just write us to our technical team, and our technical team will be more than happy to write you back. Also, you got any upgrade to all the new versions that come out, the extended manual, which is a lot more comprehensive than the overview manual, which you can find on the web, and then any other information you may need, well, of course, you can find them in our website. Okay, so I think this can be it for today. I hope I'm reading from your questions. It looks like they are quite technical, but I still hope this was very helpful for you to understand a bit better, have a clear overview of the tool. Again, if you need any further information, please feel free to get in touch with us either through our website, Twitter, or LinkedIn. We will be more than happy to get further down with the explanation of OpenMAINT. We can provide you all the help you need, and then also explain you better what our services are and how it works when you need to customize your instance of OpenMAINT and you don't want it to do it yourself, but you want a technical expert to do it for you. Then we will be very happy to help you out. I thank you very much, all of you out there, for reaching with us. We'll definitely have a new webinar when the new OpenMAINT will come out, which will happen in 2 months. So stay tuned with us, follow us in our newsletter, on our website, or on our social networks. I thank you again very much, all of you, for your attention, and we'll talk to you in the next webinar. Ciao, ciao.